or I'm sorry, a bracket link on this screen. I don't. Oh, that is a good question. That's a Levi question, actually. Never mind, we're safe. So it's Robo Panda and Violence. For what, I'm sorry? That would be nice. For like people knowing what's going on. It would be nice to have like a TA, like for people like to be able to like hear the TO kind of from anywhere. Just gonna move this. Yeah. Can we? Well, we'll see when they have tags and stuff, but I'll need to set up the I believe this will be winners of round 2, technically. Yeah, agreed. So it's good. We'll know which side Violence is on pretty fast. His name is Violence. Oh. Also, Violence, definitely not a kid-friendly name. Violence, pretty bad for children, so might need you to change a tag for stream, buddy. Just a joke, of course. Just kidding around before we get into game. Yeah. So we're getting right into it. Palutena Kazuya. So Palutena is a character with a lot of good disjoints to be able to space out Kazuya with his pretty standard moveset. I mean, he's just kind of a man with a body. But already, Robopan off to a very, very good start here. Violence caught in disadvantage. DIing in. Could have been a raw bear there maybe, but going for the bear instead. Kazuya getting back to ledge. Okay, getting a good chunk of damage off that rage bar, and now up to 69 to 130, but should be able to recover from this, but 69% and caught running in, so Violence losing his first stock, and Robopanda in a pretty good position to continue pushing this, and Palutena able to get pretty good damage at early percents off of Nair strings, down throw, as well as other aerials, and going for a really aggressive read there, trying to catch him air dodging down. And so far, Robopanda is just like playing really solid neutral game against this Kazuya. This is definitely a like upfront matchup for Kazuya, but so far Robopanda really getting the better of him in a lot of these exchanges. And oh, going for another. Oh, 3 uppercuts he missed from Kazuya, and he's got to be feeling a little bit sad about that one. Not able to punish that grab on ledge, but gets spot dodge there, and now it's down to 2 stocks apiece, but it's a 140 on this Kazuya. I mean, oh, and he's got to get back on stage against Palutena here. Going extra low to try to catch Kazuya, and Kazuya's back and on the stage. Now, just kind of testing, well, testing each other in neutral, and Kazuya's got to be really careful about approaching an Palutena bear. Just saw him shield 2 of those, but caught off stage as well. Bear, a lot of, yeah, even that last hitbox of the Nair can catch there, but just barely pinching that recovery there, and now Violence down to his last stock here. And RoboPanda is getting a lot of really great early percents off these Nair strings, and 44 off of 4 aerials. I mean, already in a really good spot, but oh, going for a really hard read there for that tech chase. More good damage here. I mean, Violence is not out of this yet. He just needs one good read to take this stock, and his character might just be able to edge him into this. But he's got to get back on stage against Palutena, and RoboPanda has been playing a very clean on these ledge traps. Oh, going for a very, very cheeky move there, but unfortunately not able to convert, and now just kind of stuck testing each other. And that ledge trump into a bear, and RoboPanda will close it out with 2 stocks. I mean, so I think Violence is definitely just kind of getting caught in a lot of these smaller, disjointed hitboxes that are being put out from Palutena at close range, and he kind of just ends up beating a lot of percent before he can get anything done. Then when it comes to ledge, he can kind of recover, but not really much he can do to get off ledge, so just being able to read his ledge options, RoboPanda able to close out that first game, so I believe that was Battlefield? Oh, Violence opted for the Falco here instead. Kazuya wasn't working out. I mean, I can definitely understand it. Felt like there were a lot of parts where Kazuya just being a pretty big model kind of made it hard for him to play, but now going for Falco, a character who's definitely much more aerial combo driven, but not as set on his large moveset. And already now faring pretty well, trading a lot of percent, and even taking the lead here as RoboPanda is looking to land for this top platform. But now just kind of trading this center stage here in this vertical space. I think every time Violence is on ledge, I kind of hold a breath. I'm just expecting a Palutena down tilt or some other kind of ledge trap to come out to really be able to punish his his exploitable recovery. But so far, I mean, Violence playing pretty clean neutral game on these triplats, playing really to his stage advantage and catching a jump there with the back air, and that's the first stock down for his first lead in this set. 4%, but a RoboPanda, oh, what a great grab. Oh, going for the tech chase there, and I mean, trading percent here is very good for Violence, really being able to avoid a lot of Palutena's more abusive aerials. The up air drag down to be able to take advantage, really nice looking. Just barely being able to recover. Falco prefers the air, but not his recovery. Getting caught by bear there, and that's something that Palutena is really good at. One bear, and sometimes you kind of just die. Fair drag down into the grab. Very nice. I mean, so far, both these players just kind of testing each other out, and RoboPanda, this is the first big Nair chain he's been able to get, and oh, Violence. Being able to recover from that, pretty huge, but yeah, Palutena is just so good in those moments. What a huge string from RoboPanda, able to cover that. And now, I mean, the momentum's just switched. Robo Panda might just be able to take this. That was such a nasty combo. Oh, getting the sour spot bear so it doesn't kill. And trying to read the neutral getup with the up smash. Wow. Lingering hitboxes galore. I mean, Robo Panda is really just making the most use of his range possible. And now just trying to space bears out, it looks like. Wow, lots of grab pressure, just not giving him anywhere to go and just trying to get these bears in, and that's the set. Robo Panda taking it 2-0. I mean, just really solid Palutena neutral game, if I'm being honest. Like, being able to pressure so much shielded opponents, like, just to be able to force them to do options out of shield just because they're afraid of getting grabbed by Palutena is so huge. And then just catching him panicking with the bear. And Robo Panda's going to take that one 2-0. So, pretty huge, huge win to start off that bracket. Big for Robo Panda, just very well played. So we'll get to see Violence some more in the losers bracket, hopefully. I mean, I thought Violence played pretty well. I think there were a few difficulties against Robo Panda, but for the most part, there were definitely times in the set where it was looking good. That's better. Someone just reported their matchup here. Nothing wrong with that, but we do not run that part of the bracket, so hopefully we'll be getting a match on our stream setup here pretty soon. You're gonna go to... No problem. Thank you. We may still be getting winners round 2, to be honest. Just got to be clearing this stream setup up while I'm talking about what I think about our event today. Freezie Fridays, you know, going on at the Black Ice space here. It's right off the Hennepin exit off 35W North. Go left, keep going left, take another left, and another left. If you have Google Maps, I'd recommend using that. But at the same time, definitely check us out. Black Ice Esports, you can check us out online at blackice.gg. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream today. We're going to be hitting you up with some more streamed games here pretty soon. But for now, you know, taking a look at this bracket, number 1 seed is Stealth Pilot, who, if you were tuning into our last week of competition here at Black Ice, at our Black Ice Arena, I was fortunate enough to play against Stealth Pilot, where I misinputted taunt on stream and had my shield broken, which was extremely funny. I was laughing the entire time. I thought it was hilarious. And I say that unironically. I thought it was really funny. You know, we've got a pretty I mean, all things considered, an an underpopulated bracket. We don't have Kareem here, who's the winner of 2 times Freezie Friday's weekly brackets. We have Addict, so you know we do have some competition here for Stealth Pilot, but apart from that, I mean, lots of guys who are good, but oh, it sounds like we're going to be getting Addict and Mercy. Yep, so this should be an interesting one. So most of the people in this venue, or at least commonly at our venue, are either heavy players or Game & Watch. And Addict happens to be the latter. So we're probably going to be getting a Game & Watch heavy matchup here, I would imagine. Which, so it's going to be really on Addict to hold the advantage. For now, just getting controls in. Gonna wait to see what slots people are in before I... Oh, wait, no, I can actually just put this in now. So we're going to get Addict and Mercy. Love to see heavies. Couldn't be me. Personally, I love zoners. I see we have Spitz in chat. I know Spitz is a fellow man of culture. So, you know, I'm just excited to be able to see some good gameplay. You know, that would make sense. You kind of just blow Game & Watch up with your big sword. And Game & Watch definitely does try to contest some aerial space, I'd say. So yeah, we're gonna get the K roll here. He got buffed, so he has more tools because of the most recent patch. But let's see if it can really do that much in a Game & Watch. Character is very powerful. A very small man, very high amount of pressure. But as we get into it, I mean, Addict getting the first bomb in, so big percent, but already off to the races with these ledge traps. And I think a lot of the heavier characters in this game have some pretty interesting styles of ledge trapping because they just press one button and it kind of does it for you a little bit. But it sets up for some very nice ledge trap situations. But for now, Addict really being able to hold a lot of pressure with these snares at center stage and really forcing Mercy into disadvantage despite the beginning looking a little bit even. But Game & Watch can kind of just press lots of buttons. Oh, that armor almost saving Mercy confirmed, but for now, still just stuck at disadvantage and opting to go low against Game & Watch. Addict gonna just clean that first stock up. Pretty nice. It almost felt like Mercy was kind of trying to go in a little bit too hard. Game & Watch is a character that loves when you walk into him, especially on these larger characters like K-Roll, any sorts of heavies that you'd find at the Black Ice Arena. So just being able to hold so much pressure against K-Roll just because K-Roll is so large. And even now, I mean, holding the percent lead and lapping him on this stock, not even opting to go for the contest there. And if I'm being honest, you know, I feel like K-Roll has a lot of options in this matchup, but it feels like... how many min-mins do we have? A fair number. Mercy losing that stock as well. Down to his last stock here against Addict Game 1. A lot of our top players play min-min Smelliads. Or at least more than a few of them. They also play Game & Watch, though, so... Just getting lots of damage off these jabs and going for Game & Watch back air. So far, oh, now that was very funny. Getting the reflect on the bomb, just instant killing Game & Watch, and that's the first stock down for Mercy, so this is the start of something. I mean, so far, Addict's just been able to get a lot of advantages in this game, but Mercy seems to be figuring this matchup out maybe a little bit more. I almost wonder if he could be landing with Nair to be contesting these up airs from Game & Watch, just for the belly armor. Spot dodging grab. Mercy stuck off stage again. Game & Watch just, I mean, it really feels like Mercy is trying to trade with a grubby little Game & Watch. Nobody trades with Game & Watch. This man has crazy hitboxes. His ditch joints are nuts. And he insta hits him with the song counterpick. Now this is truly a powerful kind of counterpick. It's not just a stage counterpick, but it's also a vibe. And I personally love the vibe that we have here now. Opting for the soy sauce music. This is a really great pick, I have to say. This is from Fatal Fury. So let's see if Mercy is going to be able to bring a little bit more in this game with his song counterpick. But Addict rolling in with this grab to the Nair, but Mercy trying to land with a counter. I really want to see him try to land with Nair against these up airs. Try to use this K-Rool body armor, but you know, I think he may just be afraid that it doesn't trade favorably. But now stuck at disadvantage again, and I mean, K-Rool has some recovery, but nothing's going to get you past that. And first stock down for Addict with 0%. And this is just a travesty. You get your song counter. I mean, that's what I'm talking about like before. Landing with the K-Rool belly armor is so huge against disjointed hitboxes because you have your own disjointed armor. Environmental Noise's best soundtrack in the game changed my mind. Listen, my friend. Best is crazy if you're trying to say that. Is it usable? It's in the game. Now, I mean, Addict's just kind of been trapping Mercy in disadvantage for what feels like 5 stocks. Pretty unfortunate. I really think that Mercy has been able to show some really strong portions of this matchup, and it's a huge spike! Mercy taking that stop in the yard. Addict is playing his advantage state extremely well. He's one of the better players here at the venue today. I believe he's seeded second to take this tournament, so personally, I think a lot of people would quite like to see Addict take this one, but he's got to get through Stealth Pilot to be able to do it. And a handful, well, more than a handful of other hungry competitors. Missing with the low bear there. And Mercy back on stage. Things can be happening with this and catching him with the armor. I think K-Rool's armor spots are something you really got to know about the character to be able to succeed on him. Oh, going extra low for both characters there, but holding the jump so that he's able to get back. Things are just looking rougher for Mercy in this situation. Addict taking that with the up B off the side. King K-Rool going down. So well played, Addict. Taking his round one. And everyone, well, I personally am not a huge Game & Watch fan, but I do like Addict. He's the homie. Oh, and it sounds like we're going to be able to see Stealth Pilot on stream next. Oh, he has an underscore in his name. That is very important.
So Stealth Pilot and Royal. So Stealth Pilot, one of the best Bowser players in the Midwest. Best Bowser in Minnesota at the very least. Out here against Royal, who took his round 1 against Tac Tac. Not like this. Tac Tac's the homie. He's also Black Ice affiliated. But still, you're here to see good games. And personally, when I look at Stealth Pilot, I see some good gameplay, especially considering last week he did shield break me on stream because I misinput a taunt, which was very funny, but also sad if you're a Bondrude fan. But today, we're going to be the objective spectator and take a look at Stealth Pilot into Royal. Well, Royal into Stealth Pilot, I suppose. Stealth Pilot, #1 seed at this event. Looks like they're going to need to do controls here. But I did see a Peach. Now Royal could be a Peach player. And Peach is a very interesting character. She's a character that is a lot of people at the very beginning of the game and even midway through the game have been saying Peach is extremely strong. And they're definitely right. Peach is a very strong character. But at times people have said Peach is top 5. Top 5 was a very long time ago, but now definitely Peach has been struggling with a lot of the ways the DLC characters are playing neutral. Sometimes it's pretty difficult for her against these now extremely good characters. They just are able to hold a lot of airspace very well. She kind of can't get away with her float stuff anymore, and you got to be able to play a lot more around your turnips and your turnip combos. Oh, thinking about the stick jump there. This is pretty impactful, I have to say. You get a good idea at what a player is like by how fast they do their buttons, how they're thinking about their buttons. The stick jump question is possibly the most interesting lead off into this because you don't just pick stick jump. It picks you when you start playing the game. And with Peach, I think you can do some tech with stick jump. But now we're going to be getting a very canon matchup. The Peach versus the Bowser. So let's get into game 1. They're on PS2. This is a Minnesota game, so very honest gameplay, but starting off, Royal getting the first % lead and pulling another turnip here. Trying to get pressure on this shield, but I mean, so far, just creaming Stealth Pilot. These interactions have been all Royal so far. Just floats at his face there. Tries to go for a nair almost. And so far, this gameplay has just been constant contesting. But Royal off the side. Stealth Pilot takes the first stock. And just when things are looking all Royal, Stealth Pilot turns it around. I mean, Stealth Pilot really throwing out a lot of moves, I have to say. Double nair into that down tilt, but now catching him with that ledge trap and 50% on Royal. Bowser can do a lot at 50% though. And already up to 80 off that. If that back air hit, he was dead. But that is an aerial smash attack. Wow. Reading that Royal was going to do a delayed recovery, so he canceled his Flame Breath to do that F-tilt. Very intelligent. I mean, this Flame Breath seems like it is a very hard tool for Peach to be able to deal with if he can actually use it well in neutral. It feels very hard for her to be able to trade into that, but so far, I mean, Stealth Pilot just doing so much percent off of just so little hits. Heavies are just, I mean, heavies are kind of nuts if you're letting them trade with you. But Royal getting off to lots of percent. Like, playing a very good combo game here. Pretty much every turnip has felt like it has pressure in this game. Well, maybe not. Okay, the one he threw away. Commentator's curse. Even trying to catch 2-frame there. But an entire stock against Bowser, this is very rough, but oh, that's huge. I mean, 95%, and Royal is still in this game. Okay, a quick little 4%, no JV. Oh, Turnip getting eaten by the fire, mashing down B out of that. Or, I'm sorry, forward B, my mistake. Oh, catching the Turnip with that fair, and that'll be the first game. I mean, Stealth Pilot was looking really, really nice when he was in advantage, but Royal had a lot of good moments as well. It really felt like before Royal just died at 90%, it was all Royal, but just one lead for Bowser, and he ended up being able to run with it. Just a clean stock or percentage lead on the next stock, and just able to carry that momentum to seal out the game. So I think in this next game, I mean, I hope Royal is looking to trade less without turnips, maybe. Just trying to avoid the pressure Stealth Pilot is exerting. But to be honest, Bowser's a pretty big character. It's kind of hard to avoid what he's putting out there, but we're into it, and we're going to figure out what Royal is planning against this Flame Breath and these big body aerials. Wow, and even Tough Guy managing to catch that first dare. But a quick 50 here, and Royal is being able, or Royal was playing very composed. Taking a quick fair, but oh, but just turnaround neutral B. That pulled up like 30%. But still, Royal keeping the advantage, and that was a boost F-tilt there. Yeah, and this Flame Breath, it just pushes Peach slightly away, but oh. The shield check with the jab into the down smash, and that was brutal. Yeah, another one of those ledge traps. Really like to see it, and already off to even Stevens on this next stock. Up being out of the turnip combo, and that is not gonna feel good. Nice, countering the parry with that fair. Just trading so much with Bowser. Royal not being afraid to trade with the Koopa King. Oh, up smash, able to read that jump. I mean, Peach has so much area she can cover in the air. Such great air mobility that she has to kind of approach and contest in the air. But when you're playing against Bowser, this up smash, this fair, these aerials are just so good at contesting. But already Royal bringing it back, and we're even Stevens again, last stock. Oh, catching the turnip in the air. %. I mean, they're trading almost completely evenly, but now the lead is to Stealth Pilot, and already back to Royal. Just so close, but Bowser is an extremely heavy character. He's going to have to try to catch him off the side to be able to kill him as early as one of Bowser's stray arrows are going to be able to kill Royal. Oh, holding shield against Flame Breath. Ah. And that was very smart from Stealth Pilot. Just being able to read that interaction, knowing what Royal wanted to do, and being able to take that. But, you know, honestly, really great showing from Royal. It was so even for both the games. It felt like this minor instances where one player managed to pull ahead that it just, I mean, it just ended up taking away for Stealth Pilot. But I'd say in another few games, you know, that could have been Royal's set. So, honestly, kudos to Stealth Pilot taking his first set, but also big shout out to Royal. That was a really well played set. There were some moments where Tough Guy managed to interact poorly with some Peach moves, and, you know, Bowser kills you at 80%, but, you know, those are honest ways to die, I guess. So, you know, just being able to play composed, being able to play well, you know, being able to take that away from this kind of set is really important. So, you know, I'd love to see more of these players later on in bracket. You know, I like watching Peach. I think she's a really highly technical character, and I would really, really like to see somebody be able to challenge Stealth Pilot, because he's been looking really good in all of his sets from last week. So even getting challenged kind of like that is a really great start for this event specifically, but also for, you know, Black Ice Freezie Fridays in general. So, you know, I'm getting hyped up. Sometimes it just gets you. You know, you get hyped up and you just hyped. But for now, we gotta wait. We gotta wait for the next stream game. But it looks like we're gonna get it on pretty soon, and if I'm not mistaken, that seems to be Cranky up there. Cranky is a local. He has been at more than a few of our events so far, and looked pretty good at them, if I would say so myself. Performing admirably in the crew battle, as well as placing top 8 in multiple brackets. So, you know, I'd love to see Cranky out here, and he's going to be playing against Sori today. And Sori is not a player I know very much about. So I'm excited to see what they kind of have to offer here. But this is winner's quarters. There we go. Pulling out the Cranky tag. You'll love to see it. Switching.
If this is the winner's quarters, is it one Tony's ring, or is it going to be the arcade events? They are going to be spent after all.
Hey, honest, they're all right, that was good.
It was a bit expensive.
It was. Listen, to me, that was so. Oh, and we're going to get an interesting matchup on stream. These are always exciting. Getting to see these really interesting character combinations. Getting to see what kind of things people are bringing forth as these character specialists. And, you know, I know Cranky is a very aggressive Meta Knight player. And Zelda, you know, gonna force Cranky to play aggressive, so. Thank you. I did not notice. But so far, I mean, Zelda's managed a whole lot of space here. This Phantom and these projectiles really able to kind of do a lot of work against Meta Knight, but this is kind of all on how Cranky is able to exploit Zelda in the air, so. Oh, absolutely planned spacing there from Cranky. And I mean, this is something that is very, very showing in Cranky's gameplay. I know he loves to use the Meta Knight specials very aggressively to be able to cover lots of distance and also, you know, punish people who are trying to recover. But even that, like, just being able to trade in neutral with these special moves. But Zelda is a character that can get to ledge pretty freely. Oh, double weak fair. And Cranky will take the first stock. kind of a long, delayed set of interactions, but I mean, even right there, you could see that tornado just using it to barely tip that shield and put him in a safer spot so that Zelda can't punish him. And now, taking the advantage. Yeah, and I mean, he's just so tricky in these landings. Recovering the ledge and getting off with the Phantom again. Oh, he might have been going for a falling bear there. And I mean, these Zelda evaders are unfortunately just not working out for Sori, and almost another stock. Cranky is playing neutral game very, very cleanly into this Zelda. Sori is trying his best to steal out this first stock for Meta Knight, and he gets it. But even now, 100%. Oh, great tech there. And opting for the down throw there, and the neutral B. So Sori's going to get the free landing there. Now resetting neutral. Trying to approach to this Phantom, but Cranky knows he doesn't have to approach Zelda. He can kind of afford to take his time with these approaches, and catching it with the reverse snare. I really love that option as a kill move near ledge. I mean, for high percentage targets, even a clip from the reverse snare will just kill him right away. So Cranky lapping him in this stock. I mean, this is huge so far. Like, in any sort of zoning matchup, it's extremely good to be ahead as the aggressive character. Because going extra deep, and he gets it! Wow, Cranky going deep with the spin. Let's go. Wow.
That's gutsy.
I mean, and that's something I was mentioning a little bit earlier. Like, Cranky loves to use these special moves as aggressive options, and they're just, paying off max, just winning the game for him off that side B. So, Sori, thinking about a character swap, but I was going to say, I thought the Zelda was looking pretty solid. I think there were a lot of times where Cranky managed to pull the lead just because he was able to get in on this Zelda, and I think maybe using a little bit less Phantom and maybe opting for the neutral B a little bit to be able to cover some space on yourself. But already Cranky out to a pretty good start. But I love the adaptation from Zelda. Just knowing that they don't need to position so close to the ledge for ledge trapping. They can kind of spend some more time because Cranky is. But even now, so much pressure from Cranky. Just lots of trading aerial moves on stage. And that Phantom positioned a little bit below ledge, but yeah, Cranky loves just zipping around. He just loves zipping around. Trying to punish his recovery, but even then, I mean, the Meta Knight cape is just paying off so well for Cranky in this matchup, just really being able to punish Zelda while she's trying to punish him. And there you go. It's like a counter. The dimensional cape has just ended up being so huge. That's the first Zelda evader to hit, but still very good. I mean, Sori, oh, that is so unfortunate. And that's another, I think that's one of the biggest things. Meta Knight is extremely fast and has really great air mobility and disadvantage. So just Sori, so many attempts to try to punish Meta Knight and disadvantage, but I mean, he's just kind of a little ball of anger. And that almost killed. 60% Zelda evader almost killed. Huh.
That was close.
I mean, one more and we'll definitely seal the deal if it's if the percent rindo is right, but big
That works.
bear out of shield. And we've got a pretty big game for Sori on our hands. this music is not helping me maintain focus. But at the same time, I mean, kind of a banger. The Dimensional Cape just has been so huge for Cranky throughout this set. Just able to seal off so much. And now, I mean, Cranky is on the verge of winning or losing this game. Thank you. And these ladders, unfortunately, have just not been working. Zelda just either not the right weight or just, oh my, huge. She's dead off this. And I was right. Cranky on the verge of winning or losing this game. And he won. Huge win for Cranky. Honestly, two very fun, I want to say silly games because it was a lot of fun for me to watch. But wow. So Cranky takes that 2-0. Sori really showing a lot in that second game though. Just barely managing to get edged out by Cranky with a shield break. So
Not just talking about you with that much in-depth knowledge of the game. I don't know how you can do it.
I'm a loser. That's how we do it.
Not true.
Oh, huge. We're going to get to see Addict again. This time taking on Blaze K114. Now, Addict, as I've said before, is a local name around here. He's been showing up for a while, if you catch my drift. But now he's got to take on somebody who doesn't show up here very often, that being Blaze K114. So I don't even know who Blaze plays. Though maybe Blaze has come around here. Maybe I'm unaware. But I've entered these brackets. I have myself been in the brackets, so I've been in the run. Blaze placed 4th last week? Allegedly. If he placed 4th, I don't know why he's seated to play Addict here. That seems silly.
Addict falling off Game & Watch again?
Yep, Addict's playing Game & Watch. It was only a surprise considering 1 week, because he did play Sora when he came out. Which is fair. Can't blame him for that, new character. But, sticking to this tried and true Game & Watch. Love to see it unless you're anyone who plays this game, because Game & Watch can kind of just be that character. Oh, it looks like they are connecting, maybe? They gotta do controls, but we do have it set up in the right way. So true. A really great tag. As a commentator, I'm going to take advantage of that.
It's true.
Yeah, so true. So true, bestie.
What did he did it with us all night?
Yep. This'll be a goodie. So, oh, they swapped. Oh, Pichu. So, these two characters are pretty similar, arguably. Pichu definitely being a lot more focused in the rushdown aspects, and Game & Watch kind of being regulated into a zoner category because his aerials have a little bit more of a startup, but still being fast enough that he's not a zoner and a rushdown character. So last time Pichu really got heavily touched, the touch that made Pichu really not questionable, or at least less good than before, is making Pichu's head really big. So Pichu is large, which is kind of bad when you're playing against Game & Watch, because Game & Watch is kind of just aiming to anti-air you with these massive hitboxes in the air until eventually he can punish you while you're on the ground with a smash attack and instantly kill you. And so far, I mean, Pichu naturally develops percent on themselves, but even this lead is a little bit more from that, or a little bit more than that. Attic taking a lot of advantage from these trades. Something about Attic that I think is different from Kareem, who's the other Game & Watch who normally plays at our tournaments, is the bucket. I think bucket is a very interesting tool that Game & Watch has, but clearly Attic not really needing to use it that much. Only using it to get one Thunder Jolt before he seals out that first stock. And now, I mean, whenever you're behind against Game & Watch, it's one of the worst feelings in the world. You're forced to approach, and this guy is going to anti-air you if you ever try to approach with a jump, or is potentially just going to anti-air you on the ground with his nair. So, oh, and I mean, Addict is just kind of, I mean, yes, I do believe that Blaze will finish this first stock. However, I do also think that Addict is using his Judge Hammer to smash a rat. It has not been a fun set so far for Blaze K. But yeah, I mean, that nair is a balanced move, and he doesn't take his stock.
Not at all.
Wow, huge. I mean, Addict making that one look easy. 100% on Game & Watch that game. Game & Watch is a character that can die before 100%, definitely, but I don't think there's very much that Blaze is going to be able to do in that individual instance to really be able to beat Game & Watch there. Yeah, ban the bot. Clicking on his name. Mm-hmm. All right, and switching to Kazuya now. Oh my god, a run-up grab. This guy is actually a Chad. To start the game off, just the insta call-out, knowing that Addict is just going to wait for him to do something. And so far, already off to a pretty sizable lead, and we're getting to the part of the game where Game & Watch will just die to stuff. 120 on Game & Watch already. Like, this is a huge advantage so far, and that up B just taking it. Already the first stock down for Blaze, and this character swap already paying off huge. Taking more stocks so far in this game than the set before. So true. Thank you. Oh god. And
You set yourself up for this.
yeah, I set myself up for failure. But Addict still being able to hold an advantage. Going deep for that bear, but I mean, Blaze now holding center, and this is pretty big for Kazuya. Managing to live past 100 gives him rage, and Game & Watch is a really light character. He could just explode against this rage drive. Oh, that.
We almost made that.
Yeah, that recovery contestation is. Oh wow, and he almost died from that. That's what I'm talking about. Wow, if he had died from that, that would have been so huge for Blaze. 2-stock lead, but now being forced to recover from really low.
Can't quite make it.
Yeah, Addict managing to end that recovery early at least. But now is where it's kind of rough to be Game & Watch in approaching. He's got a couple of options, but yeah, this F tilt trying to well, strong F tilt, I believe. Strong up angled F tilt. He's really trying to edge out this stock, but for now, oh yeah, that armor. Going straight through the Game & Watch aerial and managing to take that. I mean, really been liking this Kazuya so far from Blaze. I can only imagine it's probably the character he mains. So true. Oh, that's a deep bear, and he presses a button. Already, though. Love these nairs coming out from Addict. I mean, so far, Blaze has held so much advantage that to think Addict can win this game is absurd to me, but now he's holding a lead. Yes, this guy is playing such great neutral Kazuya, but there's just an issue, is he's losing neutral now. Addict is not taking a percent on this stock. This is so huge, but recovering low against Game & Watch is rough. Honestly, though, I mean, Blaze is looking really solid in that second game. Like, definitely a lot going on in that Kazuya. I mean, I personally would have liked to see him take that second game, but Addict ended up just really playing great neutral game into this Kazuya, using his natural disjoints of the character to his maximum advantage, and, you know, walking away with the dub there, so. Kudos to Addict. And he will be moving on to our winner's semifinal. I'm going to grab some water.
This is so hilarious. Let's go. Oh my god. Takes the lead.
I mean, this is just huge. Both these guys just not being willing to give an inch, but Stealth Pilot taking game one. Every game has been close. Bowser has been tested to the limit.
But that was a really close game out of Cranky and Stealth Pilot here. Cranking it out again. Bringing out the Ganon into Stealth Pilot's Bowser. I mean, personally, I like it. Oh, you guys use the same Ganon skin? Huge. They're going for the full green on the Yoshi's Island. This is both disgusting and extremely appealing as a viewer.
Max charge!
Cranky just really cranking it there. And now Stealth Pilot in deep disadvantage. I mean, that was, I don't even know what that was. That was the shoulder blade angle, but
Stealth Pilot answers back immediately.
And this has been just a slap fest. Wow. I mean, they're just slobbering on each other. This is hilarious.
That canceled the flame breath. Reading spot dodge with down smash. I mean, these guys are just going at it.
Cranky so far has been playing pretty consistently around his like grabs and aerial games. But, oh no. That's an unfortunate one. These games are going so fast though. I mean, this matchup is extremely volatile, it feels like. And I bet Grady's probably thinking, well, oh, I'm sorry, Cranky. He's probably thinking if he's going to play Ganondorf again. And I think he is. He's just going straight back to Yoshi's. Yeah, he knows this is a better matchup for him, I think, than his Meta Knight. Meta Knight definitely tends to struggle at trading against heavies. Although you can kind of get a lot done. Bowser's tough guy really just makes him walk straight through your rapid jabs. So, you know, Cranky was looking pretty good at parts of this set. It's been a rough 2 losses so far, but let's see if he can pull out a dub here with some clean up smash gameplay. But I really love how both players are just not afraid to contest each other's options. I think at times it can kind of function to a detriment, you know. Trying to contest one flame breath really just ending your whole career. Catching that jump there with the wizard foot and pushing him out, using Yoshi's very small horizontal hitboxes to maximum advantage. Wow, a really great delay in the air with that side B. And Cranky is still in this game, but Stealth Pilot has been looking really solid, just being able to read a lot of Cranky's options, use Bowser's range, although not really against these Ganon smash attacks.
Using still trying to get damage there and push him in disadvantage, but now managed to get the kill. And I mean, this up B has finished 2 stocks so far for Cranky. And he does not want to get out of this set yet. He wants to prove this Ganon's got its mettle. Oh, but that'll be it. Falling there into up air. And Stealth Pilot's going to take that 3-0. I have to say, though, it was looking very, very nice for Cranky at points. Lots of points where I was, well, excited to watch Ganon on our stream. This bracket getting done at a remarkable speed. We have a really great venue here, so we're definitely pretty easy to get done with a 18-man bracket. So far, it's been about, since we started, I'd want to say about an hour and a half, and we're almost done with it. Losers progressing very quickly, and we're in the second match of top 8 here. We're going to get to see Addict and Carfam. And look, I don't know what Addict is doing. I really would just like him to pick his Game & Watch. No Olimar. Though I do like Olimar. I think if I had to pick, it's like picking your poison. I think I'd pick Olimar over Game & Watch. I think he's a much more interesting character, but already into it. And this is a matchup that is traditionally very, very rough for Pikachu. Esam, one of the, I want to say the best Pikachu player in the world, is, constantly beset by his Demon Meister, the Clown Meister, of course. Definitely Samsung Galaxy, no, not Samsung Galaxy, Space Station GG Game & Watch main Meister, but now we're getting into these noops. Get into the noops. But the lightning loops are kind of Pikachu's bread and butter in terms of early percent free damage, but he needs to get that percent into Game & Watch. It definitely feels like a lot of trading into Game & Watch with Pikachu involves Pikachu aerials contesting Game & Watch Nair, just like that, or trying to land into Game & Watch, and ends up being a little bit rough. But so far, Carfam is trading very well. Not really getting caught above Game & Watch too much, and not getting punished by down air or a lot of the more, aggressive punishing moves, I would say, that can really seal stocks. It's mostly just been this Nair getting a lot of percent. But now I think Addict's going to be looking for, that fair was ended up being very good for him. But he's probably going to be looking for a bear read, trying to get the bear there, but At center stage, I mean, even a stray hit getting kind of close to killing. And Pikachu, I will say, does have an easier time killing. Being able to kill on dash attack in this matchup is extremely impactful, especially with Rage. So, I mean, oh, shield poke there is huge. I mean, any sort of trade that Carfam can get is, I think, pretty good for them. But Addict stealing out that first stock with the chair. One of Game & Watch's slower moves, actually one of the more punishable moves considering. But oh, and that was a greedy bucket. Managing to punish the, just the bucket with that dash attack just to steal the stock, and only a 30% lead here for Addict. Carfam into a pretty good position, but that was kind of where it starts getting rough. Oh, but instantly back down on stage, and now Addict's the one put in disadvantage, being put above Carfam. It was a lot slower of a game than we just experienced before, and now back into these lightning loops. Carfam trying to seal it all there. I mean, trying to contest Game & Watch recovery is pretty important. It's really fast, though, so it's hard. But being able to punish Game & Watch recovery just makes playing against Game & Watch so much easier. Oh, that's a neutral B in a neutral. Unfortunate. Trying to read trying to read an aggressive quick attack option there. But now, I mean, high percent for Carfam. It's just kind of the Addict show here, trying to look for an option to kill. But Carfam landing again, double bear. This spacing, very nice. I would like to see a Pikachu down air. Not necessarily even just as a spike. The side hitbox, a pretty powerful hitbox off the side. So maybe even, as a combo extender on stage, or combo finisher rather, just to be able to build space against Game Watch, I think it's pretty impactful. Oh, going for the nair there to try to trade with the fair from Game Watch, or even at least the bomb, but not trading at all. Instead, walks away, losing a stock. That's not what you want to see if you're Pikachu there. Oh, nair drag down into the down smash, and that's going to make this even Stevens or samesies on this last stock. Oh, that could have been a very large combo if you managed to get the extension. But so far, Carfam off to a great start and going extra deep. Oh, he SDs. That's, you never like to see that. I mean, Carfam, you have my heart. You went for it all, and then you thought you were gonna get it. Oh no, not that. That's what I wanted in my heart. Went for it all, but Addict managed to walk away with it because he managed to recover. You hate to be in that kind of situation, but now we're going to get into game 2. This is best of 5, so Carfam has plenty of chances, but running it back, it was looking pretty good for Carfam. Doing definitely a lot, but after that first loss, right now it's all about that mental composure, so playing against Game & Watch is one of the most mentally taxing experiences in this game. So going straight from that kind of game into another game can be a little bit rough. And I feel like these offstage options, although they can be extremely beneficial if they work, are just not working out for Carfam. That dare before, it put him in disadvantage, but both players trying to read each other out in their aggressive options with Pikachu's quick attack potentially getting scattered by a down smash. Wow, and that was just the most minor hit of nair to get that up air. Almost huge. And once again, Carfam really showing that he's playing this matchup extremely respectful, but putting a lot of pressure on. And Addict is kind of, Addict is really forced to kind of read how Carfam is going to be playing, just to be able to get one of these hard read smash attacks, anything like that. But Carfam is playing extremely warily. I almost wonder if he's going to go for one of these Thunder Jolt confirms, since he saw Addict use Bucket last time, but not even needing it, and Carfam is going to take the first stock in this game. So far, looking very, very composed on this Pikachu against, a character matchup is typically a little bit more difficult for Pikachu to really succeed in. Managed to get back on stage. Oh, even an advantage now, arguably. Now, any sort of trade he can get on Game Watch is massive. Every bit of damage counts when you're playing against this light, grimy little monster. And no kill throws on this Game Watch either, so Carfam can hold his shield with at least a little bit of safety. But that dash attack is going to catch that landing and kill. Oh, going for some extra massive damage with the F smash on the landing, but I mean, so far Carfam is in the lead, so he doesn't necessarily need to feel like he has to approach, which I think is beneficial to his character, but it's hard for him to play at range against Game & Watch, especially when Game & Watch kind of gets room when he's not under pressure to throw out this Nair. Taking a little bit longer to throw out the hitbox, but at the same time, just is extremely effective at catching these aerial approaches from Pikachu. Wow. That get-up attack is... I feel like it's crazy that hit Pikachu. But I am a crazy person. And Addict is holding advantage here. One down smash, taking lots of stage. And Carfam's use of Quick Attack has been extremely beneficial for his playstyle. I mean, he's just able to build so much advantage for himself in positioning. That chair not killing. And he knows he only gets 3. And jumping into a bomb explosion. So Addict's in the lead again. This matchup is definitely pretty difficult for Pikachu. I'd love to see Carfam get a dub here, but he's got to go through the wall of Game & Watch aerials. And, I mean, at low percents, Game & Watch, when you're forced to approach him, is just the most frustrating character to play against. Like, every aerial just snuffed by Fair. Not Fair. There. I've been commentating for like an hour, maybe. We're good. Yeah, Car family members. I'm definitely part of the Car family currently. And he's looking for an angle to try to finish this stock if he can. Still not giving up in this game, and it is admirable. But this Game & Watch character is kind of doing a lot. Getting the chip and punishing an S smash. That was very, very well timed. Has Addict lost a game yet in this bracket? He has not. Though that's not that impressive. Though I believe he's the only person who's done that in this bracket. His Stealth Pilot did drop a game earlier. So. Until this set, it was also Carfam. Oh, he's really looking for something deep there. He really needs to be able to like close this stock out, try to get some kind of offstage bogusness as Pikachu against Game & Watch. While Addict kind of just needs to hit him with something stray. But a read there puts him in disadvantage, and 76%. I mean, this is a Pikachu with Rage against Game & Watch. This is very doable, all things considered. Oh, crossing him up, but not managing to air dodge out of the platform. And now Addict just taking center stage, gonna let Pikachu approach into him. Or not. That's so close. At 80, oh, that'll be killing, yeah. And 56 seconds left on the clock there, so I think both players really wanting to win that game, and Carfam getting so close again. But unfortunately, for the Car family, Car Familia, we're in kind of a dire spot. You're down 2-0 against a brutal character to play against in Game & Watch. And you're already in a rough matchup. But you're sticking with the tried and true. You're sticking with the Pikachu. And you're running into this Game & Watch. And already, first blood triggered by Carfam. Huge. Oh, but drops the loop, and that is not going to feel good. Like, that could have been about 30% maybe. 30 more percent on Addict with the loop. But now, back to neutral game, but being on platforms against Game & Watch can be very, very scary. Just lots of these anti-air options are brutal to land into or even to play above, so Carfam's going to need to hold this ground to be able to really, mess with Game & Watch. Oh, opting for a chef in neutral, trying to catch Carfam slipping with a spot dodge. And, both players really playing to the best of their options. Addict going for the cross-up bear before. It's such a hard option to really know what side he's landing on you, or on which of your sides he's landing on. It's so hard. But now, Addict really just wanting to seal out the stock. Just going for down smashes, trying to read these quick attacks in, but again, trading is usually not good into Game & Watch, but it feels like Carfam does not know the frames he needs to be able to contest, but knowing how to space. So taking that first stock, and this is huge for La Car Familia. And going for an edge cancel there, a little bit of a smash 4 tech. And that's 1%, but a stock is taken off a bomb. And Addict is probably feeling pretty good still. Trying to get up with Nair into up B. And now it's just lots of Nairs. We're going to the loops. Aw. These Nairs are finding so much purchase as Addict. Both players are just kind of being forced to play on each other's shields, though, when they're not in the air. Both characters, while Pikachu is definitely more of a combo-oriented character, Game & Watch is extremely focused on just punishing aerials. But both players being extremely willing to box. And Carfam, although he's behind, managing to take the lead and losing it, has crawled his way back. And we're almost even. This is just a battle of inches. When one player gains a mile, that's when it's over. Oh, and Carfam taking it again with the dash attack. Definitely high tension for Carfam. Oh, we're into the loops. Oh, going for a read there, but Addict landing with the downer instead. But Carfam still has a stock left, and Addict still has to finish this one at 150. Rage Pikachu is very scary for Game & Watch. Going for the down air again. Even a side hit might have killed there, but Addict taking that with a chair. And it's only 60% up on Addict. Carfam still got to find some way into this game. Or Addict has to find a way out of this game in a win. Reverse up air. Oh, and huge punish. Oh, wow. Not killing, though. Carfam just, I mean, an inch away from winning that game there, but now being put in disadvantage, and Game & Watch can kind of kill at this percent. Oh, continuing to take these dares is not good, but catching with the dash attack off those Thunder Jolts, and Carfam put himself up on the board. We're headed to Hollow Bastion. Back on the Game & Watch, although he's not supposed to pick first, Addict did anyway. Carfam warming up his hands. And he's switching. So it was kind of impactful. So now it's Sortie against Sortie. So far, though, well, both players have been playing pretty evenly in the previous games. I mean, oh, huge read from Addict. Catching a roll in with grab, but not much purchase. A 50% lead, though. It's up to 60 now. But Roy and Game & Watch are kind of two characters that can really just explode you. So, oh, this could be rough. And catching him with a bear there is going to be the first stock. Carfam on his last legs in this winner's bracket, while Addict just throwing these nairs out. Hit him with the fish, slapping him, and already even on this stock. I mean, lapping him. Oh, and going for the ledge trump bear there. Unfortunately, not able to find purchase. Addict is managing to keep up massive pressure in this game. Also, that jab hit from behind. Huh. Addict's going to take that 3-1. So now, Addict's going to be playing against Stealth Pilot. Maybe not immediately, but in terms of our bracket state. We've got Stealth Pilot and Addict in winners finals. And in losers, we've got, oh, it looks like Royal made it to top 8, defeating Blaze, but lost to Jackie Poo, who's now going to be playing Cranky. On the other side, we have Sori and Robo Panda here in top 8 of losers. Looks like we're going to be getting Robo Panda and Sori here on stream as well. Yep, and we're going to be getting the Palutena and the Zelda. Oh, Josers.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's already getting off to it. And, I mean, Sori going into advance there to start off this game. And quick down throw there, trying to get percent, but just resetting to neutral and trying to play on this Phantom, but going for a hard F smash read, trying to catch a higher recovery. And this auto reticle is definitely going to be difficult to deal with if you want to be charging Phantom in this matchup. Oh, that pivot grab for Palutena is huge, but teleporting right over the Explosive Flame with the Zelda Vader. Robo Panda getting off to a pretty good lead so far. And I mean, Sori's been going through so many of these fairs and bears, but so many of them just kind of coming out as a... Oh, and going for the ledge trump setup. That's so interesting. I hope we get to see more of that as this game goes on, but hanging up with the Sweet Spot Bear is going to seal this first stock. So what he went to do there on the side was to catch him with the oh my goodness. I mean, and that's the second time Robo Panda has gone for that. But managed to steal that with the up air. Both of these players just kind of, I mean, it took stray hits to finish that first stock. And Zelda does have to be careful against Palutena. She is a character with a reflector, so charging Phantom freely can kind of be scary. Zelda, of course, also a character with a reflector, but we're not really going to be seeing it used as much. It's not necessarily that powerful into the auto reticle, but that's another weak bear. And that auto reticle, Sori opting to charge the Phantom in the opposite direction instead, so that he could block the auto reticle. Really interesting gameplay coming out here from Sori. A quick back throw and catching the high recovery with the Explosive Flame. And trying to land against Palutena means you're going to suck an up air. Up air or an air, at least. That will kill. So Robo Panda off to a lead now. Oh, Sori was looking really good at the start. Robo Panda managed to just play some good neutral, but oh, the Phantom almost taking it. Charged the Phantom the other way. And Robo Panda trying to, managed to get back onto stage, but almost going for more advantage. And that's a sweet spot fair. So we are almost even Stevens. Minor lead here for Robo Panda, looking to make it more. Oh, but matching him in percent because of a overcommitment on a down smash. Charging the Phantom in the opposite direction to kind of lead him off in a different way, and that's gonna kill? Wow, false sparks off of that, but it looked like he just didn't recover. But either way, if that would have killed, that would have been sick. That would have been so cool. Palutena Zelda again. Sori managed to take that first game very narrowly of a very, very pretty setup. So let's see what happens in this game. Already starting off with good damage from that Phantom, getting the forward chop to go over the auto reticle. But now it's back to trading lots of aerials and spacing around neutral. And I think Robo Panda wants to be able to use this counter, but can't think of proper time to really implement it. Going for that B reverse, the auto reticle. And now, I mean, Zelda just charges the Phantom and then starts putting him in disadvantage, so that no matter what, he's going to be taking something. As for now, not even opting for a down throw there, but trying to go for that ledge trump setup again, but now trying to contest Zelda close means you get hit by that sweet spot fair, and Sori off to the races in the second game. 69% on his first stock. Managed to catch him jumping in his face with this up tilt, and quickly Robo Panda reversing it. Oh, small Phantom trade, really smart, very necessary. And the back of the sword hit there? Pushed away by the Phantom so that the up air couldn't hit. I mean, Sori is playing some extremely clean gameplay. Or is showing off some extremely clean gameplay, rather. But Robo Panda will not go quietly. Managed to answer the bair. I mean, feels like he really needs to be able to get in these positions where he can afford to kind of spam bair in your face, conditioning his shield so that you can get punished. But Sori off to an even bigger lead, a whole stock advantage in the second game. But quick bread and butters from Palutena to get her some free percent. But Zelda's got her own bread and butters. That sweet spot bair. Oh my goodness. I always call them lightning kicks, but I mean, these lightning kicks have been so huge this game for, oh, I think he might have actually saved him there with that down air. It seems like Robo Panda playing really aggressively, not wanting to get out of this game yet. Oh, catching that. And that kills at 80. So sorry, up 2-0 here over Robo Panda. Looking very solid. I mean, these Phantoms have been just brutal to play into. Now we're looking at another stage change. First was the Yoshis. I wonder if it was for ledge traps. For some better ledge traps for Palutena, and maybe some slightly worse ones for the Zelda. But now we're going to see going back to PS2. Think about the Ridley? Oh, bring out the Duck Hunt. Now, Duck Hunt is another character who I have only really seen at this venue in terms of in Minnesota. I mean, Jackie Peanuts was a guy who used to play Duck Hunt about 2019, 2020. But since then, he started playing Doc, and Robo Panda is the one playing the Duck Hunt now. So it's a zoner-zoner matchup, but so far, Sori has looked That was incredible. Using the startup knockback from the up B to trigger into Phantom, that was huge. What a sick combo.
That was so fast.
That was so, somebody clip that. That was so nasty. And I mean, already off of the second stock, 70% here for Sori. 80%, and barely being able to recover for Duck Hunt there. I mean, just trying to use this Phantom to get the most advantage possible, but yeah, not even really needing it, just using it for the pressure. And I mean, these ledge traps have so much pressure for Robo Panda, not really being able to do much into him. And you know, the Palutena, it was looking really close, but now the Duck Hunt is, I mean, it's definitely running up against it. Oh, but being able to punish with the can there is maybe what he's going for in terms of picking this matchup. I think this definitely seems like a hard matchup for Duck Hunt to deal with, but maybe it's just for the high highs of having a good advantage state into Zelda. Oh, that's a clean combo. Thank you, Spitz. You're the homie. That was yeah. Zelda Vader to almost close it, but now, he was gonna try to go for a Trump setup there, but instead trying to go extra low. And at 140, I mean, Duck Hunt kind of dies to a lot of what Zelda can throw out. So fair. That's a game. That's a quick 3-0 from Sori. With a clip as well. Shout out to Spitz for getting that sick clip. I mean, this is just gross. I almost just want to watch this again. That was just nuts. Yeah, I was gonna say, this is just... That is just gross. That was so nice.
So slick.
So, you know, good on you, Sori. That was a clean one. It's like now we're gonna get Cranky and Jackie Poo. And this is our losers quarterfinals. So yeah, Sori's going to be playing Carfam in our losers quarterfinal on the other side. But on this side, we've got Cranky and Jackie Poo.
Meta Knight, Pikachu.
All right. We're getting into this losers quarterfinals match. No games have been played yet. Don't believe this stream layout. But already into it, Jackie Poo and Cranky. We've got another Pikachu in this bracket. And so far, I mean, Cranky opting for the Meta Knight this time, going away from the Ganondorf against a light character like Pikachu, but now we'll get to see how his Meta Knight can work against another kind of lighter, smaller character. And so far, I mean, Jackie Poo looking pretty good on this Pikachu. Oh, catching that jab anti-air. If somebody would know about it, though, it is Cranky. Oh, and that was brutal. Catch at the very start of frames of a jump with a down air there. Never wanted to be you. Oh. Doing well on the tech chase, but clean little combo. Cranky recover with the neutral B. He really does like that neutral B. Oh, and Jackie Poo SDing off that recovery. A little unfortunate, but if you're Cranky, you're probably really happy about that. Either way, second stock. 2 stocks apiece, both players. Oh, catching the second part of the shuttle loop. Only 66% on Cranky here to 30 for Jackie Poo. Extending that jab, still trying to get percent in. Cranky is stubborn at every point. He's trying to get in, knowing what he knows, playing the character he's playing. Oh, going for the jab again, but Pikachu pressing lots of buttons in his face. Cranky once again finding a lot of stage with this neutral B. Landing quickly with the no-hit dimensional cape, and landing gets caught by a down smash, and Jackie Poo takes the lead. And he's slowly developing over that last stock, but now he's got a full stock lead, and Cranky going out there to try to take it away. Going for the hit on that dimensional cape. Gives him a little bit more lag, but now Jackie Poo taking the advantage on the right side of Smashville. Great catch on the 2-frame with that neutral B. It's 1 stock apiece, and Jackie Poo with the minor lead, getting more percent in with this quick attack. Doing lots of stuff on shield, but that's a low air dodge. Trying to do additional percent with this neutral B and just not letting him recover cleanly. Cranky is not letting up. Oh, and that was a neutral B there. I mean, Cranky is just contesting every recovery. But Pikachu is kind of a character that can get away with that, but sealing it out with the F smash. I mean, Cranky managing to put on so much pressure near the end there. I mean, honestly, just huge. Pikachu as a character definitely isn't one that usually struggles to recover, but from the range that Cranky was putting them at and the places where he was punishing Jackie Poo trying to recover, I mean, it was just huge. Like, there's nowhere else you can really go than straight ledge with the way that Jackie Poo was recovering. So Cranky just punishes the 2-frame every time. But now we're on to FD, and I mean, for Jackie Poo, I don't know if this is a better choice in my opinion, but personally, I don't think the stage matters as much as just however the game goes in this matchup. And so far, I mean, yeah, I mean, just right there. Every time he tries to go for ledge with quick attack, just exploiting it. Cranky up to his 60%, well, 38%. Now it's probably more 48%. But so far, just, I mean, Cranky is doing a very good job at just forcing Pikachu to approach him with with all this additional speed. But these jolts can definitely mess Meta Knight up in his approaches. Oh, going for the bear there. I almost wonder if that was like a boost tilt. Hits him to the other side. And Cranky's been using that this whole bracket, that dimensional K for max range to seal these stocks. And it's another huge one for him. The neutral get up barely avoiding that forward smash. I mean, Cranky's disadvantage is looking extremely good. Jackie Poo not really able to punish it that well, but just as I say that, he's back at it neutral. Even another neutral B. I mean, trying to recover back to stage, but Jackie Poo reading the recovery option and cleaning it up with a dash attack. Some more damage for Cranky, though. 63% lead on this stock. But now we're into the loops. Oh, misses the loop conversion. That's unfortunate. Oh. I mean, Cranky is just very daring on this Meta Knight. That's another missed loop conversion. You're Jackie Poo, you got to be kicking yourself a little. And you've got to be mad about these neutral Bs that Cranky is throwing out. Oh! But that was brutal. What a reversal. Cranky trying to go low, challenging Pikachu, but cleaning it up with the Thunder. And now Cranky is trying to seal this stock. That's the up B out and a shield, and that's going to seal that stock. All right, one apiece, 16% on Cranky. Quick it down tilt into dash attack. Nice little combination. Against a jab from Cranky. I mean, he just needs to be able to make himself just as slippery on these post-special falling states. This post-special disadvantage. But now, in disadvantage? Oh, buffered air dodge off the stage. Good tech, though. The more trades is best for Cranky. He was behind before, but now it's almost even. Yeah, now he takes the lead. And just as I say that, Jackie Poo taking it right back. Looking for a safe landing. Oh, that almost killed. I mean, either of these characters just kill each other in the next hit. But still, managing to stay in this game. Very long recovery at the Dimensional Cave. Oh. Barely clipping him with the bear, and that's 2-0 here for Cranky. I mean, these games have been so close, so back and forth. There are so many moments where both players can take an advantage, and still, Cranky managing to take another game. And now we're going to get to see what Jackie Poo opts for. I mean, those first two games, they were really close. But Cranky barely managing to clutch it out both times. Like, you gotta be taking something solid heading into this third game, or at least I'd hope so. If you want to be staying in this bracket, so let's see what Jackie Poo's got, and let's see if Cranky can close this out and clean 3-0. But already off to starting these trades, and 40% on Cranky into 50, 60% with these aerials from Pikachu, 75%. He's built 80%. But Cranky answering back a little bit himself. Trying to keep these ladders going, but not really managing to extend it for that long there. Oh, that could have been very scary. Bonking on the ledge. Forced to go for a regrab. Wow, and the jab managed to beat out the buffered Thunder. Very interesting. And Cranky already back into it. Oh. Yeah. Oh, definite. Pikachu can always kind of go under Final Destination. The character has such a solid recovery. It just has so much range, but the question is Cranky gonna let him?
That's a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but even now, I mean, Jackie Poo off to the lead, and that's huge. I mean, Cranky's got to be able to find some kind of angle to get in on Jackie Poo into these, well, I mean, reverse nair is a good way to do it, and I mean, Cranky's use of neutral B is so good. He's willing to go out so deep to get these sweet spot neutral Bs. And catching a jolt, I mean, I feel like Cranky, the reason why it's like so nice to watch him play is because it's almost like he's solving a puzzle to try to approach to get more damage. Because it really feels like he's using every piece. Oh, neutral B to recover again. And this is still looking rough for Cranky. Jackie Poo holding a whole stock lead now. And for the rest of the set, if you're Jackie Poo, this kind of lead is huge. Especially being able to convert this into a win. But Cranky not going down super quietly. Some good, quick percent. Every bit of percent on Meta Knight matters, and unsaved neutral Bs are gonna add up. Oh, trying to match the high recovery with the F smash, but 69% for Jackie Poo, but Cranky's at 67. Building a little bit more here with these dares, but trading is not where he wants to be. Just you got to be able to clean up this stock if you're but going to contest, and Jackie Poo keeps opting for these low thunders to buy time at the bottom portion of the stage. So Cranky just getting punished for being a little bit too over aggressive. We're on to game 4. Cranky's gonna get his counter pick though, which in Smash, pretty huge. Stage layout, stage size, definitely pretty big for characters, but in this matchup, I mean, for Meta Knight, you really want platforms. Just being able to extend these ladders with platforms, keep opponents at disadvantage, and even finish stocks with your shuttle loops, I think it's pretty impactful for him. But I think he really opted for Yoshi's for the horizontal blast zones. He'll be able to find a lot of purchase with his neutral Bs in these side blast zones. Just very, very slim horizontal margins. Oh, reading the spot dodge, and Cranky off to a lead. Almost looked like a dash jab, but Jackie Poo answering immediately. It's almost a two-stock game now. Big conversion here for Jackie Poo, 30% off that. Trading back with the down smash, but even now, I mean, Cranky looking for damage. Cut in the air with these aerials. Flying up to the top platform with the neutral V. There's an F tilt there. Oh. A shuttle loop there, just for percent, though. Oh. And Jackie Poo punishing an empty dimensional cape. On the 69%, let's see if he can get some extra credit. 1 stock on Cranky, 2 stocks on Jackie Poo, 69% left. Going for shuttle loop in neutral, I mean, kind of desperate there. Trying to land into these jolts, and yeah, I mean, it really felt like when he was using more neutral B, it felt like his gameplay was a lot more composed, but now he's on the verge of, you know, at the start of a reverse 3-0. Oh, reverse nair almost taking that stock there. Oh, reverse nair taking that stock, though. I mean, I love watching Meta Knight play. I think he's a really interesting character. And, like, Cranky is using a lot of his tools in very smart ways. Like, the nair is a combo finisher there. Very smart. Huge percent here. Oh, covering ledge, too. Oh, drag down bear. Reverse nair to bounce. Nair again. Oh, trying to cover the 2-frame. And he dies off the top to a dash attack. That's another game for Jackie Poo. What a tense ending. I mean, if you're Cranky, you got to be kicking yourself a little bit. That was just tiny bit misspaced. Oh, Cranky opting for the music counterpick. This is very powerful. I forgot I need to kind of take pictures, but I'm also doing comments. Small battlefield, though. Jackie Poo off to a little bit of a lead so far. Cranky trying to figure out how to land. Oh, I mean, that's like a nice little combo starter, though. That down tilt into down air. Very nice looking. Once again, neutral B getting a lot of percent here for Cranky, and so much more off of that up smash. It's almost even again. And that's a dimensional cape that has a Meta Knight with a blade. First stock to Cranky. Trying to punish Cranky's landing, but ends up just wasting his invincibility. But, I mean, Pikachu really only has up tilt or up air and thunder to be able to punish aerial opponents that well, and even then it's not that consistent against opponents with multiple jumps. For now, just kind of back to it, reading a jump and almost killing off that, but Cranky barely managing to live. And taking center with this dimensional cape, I mean, personally, I think one of the best uses of... Oh, not going back to stage with that neutral B in. If you're Cranky, you're probably feeling a little bit sad about that. But still, he's used his special so much to be able to get a better position for himself. I mean, it's so massive. Oh, and that could have been a scary one. But already 80% lead on this stock for Cranky, and Jackie Poo has got to find his way back in this game. I mean, so far, it has felt so much of Cranky being strong, and then Jackie Poo just coming back with a huge reversal, but now Cranky's throwing lots of cards that it doesn't seem like Jackie Poo has got an answer to, and that's another stock! Cranky, one stock away from continuing on this bracket, moving on to meet Sori in our loser semifinal. Reverse up air. Oh, and trying to use a special aggressively. And more percent is so good for this position for Cranky, though. Any more percent on Pikachu just makes it easier to kill on your next stock. And catching and pressing a button against that special. Can't do it. Oh, trying to punish another special from Cranky. Two more side Vs coming out. I mean, Cranky is throwing the entire kitchen sink at this point. He threw another side V. This is getting repetitive. My heart is racing. I don't know what's going on. I mean, Cranky putting out so much pressure because his character is so fast. Oh, no. He almost hit him with the stanky one. The stanky shuttle. That would have been a nasty one. I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised I didn't see a neutral be there from Cranky. I mean, I think it's been really solid into these Thunder Jolts because, I mean, what else can Pikachu really do if Meta Knight's just, you know, spinning at you? Oh, instant drop down, catches the roll in, and Cranky's going to take that 3-2. Great showing from Jackie Poo. So many moments where it was just, I mean, either so much in Cranky's favor or Jackie Poo being able to hold advantage where he's just able to play so explosive to take stocks. I mean, the fact that Cranky was able to take that should be a testament to how powerful or how strong of a competitor Jackie Poo is with a 3-2 finish like that. You know, I think both players should walk away from that set with a VOD to review and some games to be happy about. You know, a lot of good stuff happening from both competitors there. But now Cranky's going to be moving on to play against Sori, and I believe they played before in a winner's bracket. With Cranky taking that 2-0. So, I mean, if you're Cranky, you're probably really happy about how this bracket's turned out for yourself. Now, unless you're Sori, in which case, Sori is probably looking with licking chops, looking to get this run back against Cranky. And it looks like we're going to get Addict and Stealth Pilot here, so we're going to be playing our winner's set first. And this is winner's finals. Addict and Stealth Pilot, our 1 and 2 seed. picking Road of Viridian. Wow, Pokemon Gym Evolution. This is... I don't want to say this is like cursed as much as it is just... This is so bizarre to me. But it is the gym battle. Addict taking on our gym leader, Stealth Pilot. Now, not official gym leader per se, but he did win the last weekly, so we should expect Stealth Pilot to be the gym leader and Addict to be the challenger. And we're getting into Pokemon Stadium 2. Already, damage being traded in the favor of Mr. Game & Watch. Bowser going for a ledge jump. And now, this game really starts when Bowser starts doing percent, I will say. Because Addict's percent will matter, but it will only matter if he can kill him off of it. The higher percent Bowser goes, that's the more rage that Bowser gets to contest a Game & Watch with. Which is, in all honesty, kind of what he wants. And even now, I mean, any sort of traded aerials are extremely beneficial for Bowser. Like, while it seemed like Addict has been holding a lot of pressure this game, he's only at a 20% lead. That, I mean, gets really close to killing, and that'll kill. I mean, a really great catch with that fair. Stealth Pilot is so good at using this Bowser fair, knowing exactly where these hitboxes are coming out and exactly how to punish you in the meanest way possible. But now, I mean, Addict forced to approach on this Game & Watch, but the spot dodge, dodging the down tilt, and throwing him with the chair. And we're even Stevens on the second stock. But Stealth Pilot with a quick 33. Barely catching the landing on that. I mean, so far, this has been all Stealth Pilot this stock. Even if it's just a few hits, it's Bowser. So it's all percent, really. And that'll catch it. Stealth Pilot has been a player who I've definitely noticed going for a lot of those. The Bowser down B does have a scoop hitbox, so being able to catch people sitting on ledge for too long is really impactful to his game plan, just sealing out stocks so easily. And even there, getting back kind of for free. Oh, Addict putting himself in disadvantage, and now Stealth Pilot having center stage. Any sort of extra percent on Game & Watch is very, very scary. But this could be big. Mashing the recovery just when he needs to get back to stage, but eating so many bears out here, manages to avoid it. Going extra low, I mean, Stealth Pilot really showing the limits of Bowser. I mean, looking so good. Oh, we're trying to recover extra low, but going a bit too far off. But now it's 99% on Addict. And just getting punched in the face. 117. Game & Watch with Rage is a real character, but Bowser is definitely not the easiest character to contest up close. But Addict, I mean, off to a run. Oh, misses the conversion there. That could have been even bigger, but 74% is really nice. Oh, bomb on the platform? This could be it. Stealth Pilot getting back on stage, landing safely. Oh, wow, a double spark, but Stealth Pilot takes game one. Brutal.
How are you holding up with this monster? What? How are you holding up with this monster? I'm alive. I I'm super hungry.
Bowser, Mr. Game & Watch.
It's like one of the only things
Yeah.
3, 2,
We're into game 2. I can't be thinking about food. I gotta be thinking about gameplay. Catching air dodge in with the down smash, I mean, that's so huge. Crossing him up with an air dash and taking 30% for it. But back to even already, I mean. And Bowser can't recover from there. Attic taking the first stock and a pretty good amount of percent on it too. So more percent. Extra credit is huge here. I mean, Stealth Pilot really can't find a way to get back on stage here. Attic just, I mean, his advantage state has been this entire game. Except for nowish. And gets shield broken and dies. Okay. Well played, Stealth Pilot. Very smart. Also funny. Oh, what characters can make it under Smashville? Using the invulnerability from the get-up attack to avoid the bacon. And now, I mean, Attic does just need to play. Oh, that is funny. And he lives from it. But Attic managing to take this stock. Down to 2 stocks to 1 in Attic's favor. Walking up, double punch, boost F tilt to try to follow it. And now, I mean, this has been the first time this set, I feel like, or the first time this game where Stealth Pilot has felt an extreme advantage, but now Attic taking it right back with a grab. And this, I mean, Game & Watch up B is not a nice move. Attic not being afraid to contest that, that down B. I mean, yeah. Game & Watch is a very solid character at punishing people off stage. And apparently a heavy character as well. I mean, it is crazy to me how long Attic keeps living, but that's something Stealth Pilot really likes to do. Catching these rolls in with the forward air. He's so good at being able to space it so that it covers the entire distance of the roll. There's just no hope of being able to punish. But, you know, 150 for Bowser. I mean, he kills Game & Watch in like 3 hits. Oh. Very nice. Drop down bear. Attic takes game 2. I bet he was sweating a little bit, because I probably was too. Looks like we're getting a stage change. Oh, a music pick. And this is pretty big. You'd love to see a Street Fighter song. DJ Type B for Stealth Pilot. And this is a banging song. This song is a bop. So Stealth Pilot not holding anything back in Attic here. Bringing out the full song counter pick. But already, huge damage for Game & Watch. Bowser is a large body, and Game & Watch has big fish. Fish and turtles, and But nothing to contest him on that one. Wow. That bomb breaking that down B there. But the falling nair to back air does kill at about 80%. Already second stock here. Second stock for both players. Quick 35 here for Stealth Pilot, and increasing it more with that flame breath to 50. I mean, Addict's just got to find places to just get solid stretches of advantage, but I mean, Stealth Pilot just able to deal so much percent, and 85% already on Addict. Addict building space with this dash attack, and oh, what a huge spike. That was nasty. The song counterpick has quickly become a song hell. Just this tempo increase. You feel so much pressure. And so far, I mean, Addict has just been putting on so much pressure. This stock, it's getting even bigger. Huh. Nobody clip that. Stealth Pilot trying to find a way to recover, but, I mean, Addict playing a lot like Kareem. Just using this downer to punish these forcibly low recoveries, knowing that he can't contest the pressure of this bear, but oh, able to recover high, 160 on Stealth Pilot. And this guy is thick with a lot of rage. Wow, if that was Sweet Spot, that might have actually killed. But any hit from Game & Watch will do it, and Addict's up 2-1 now. You know, Addict really developing a lot like Game & Watch, the character. Just being this goblin guy, crawling his way into every meta. Oh, and now, switching it up to the Tekken series. Even more banging song. Let's see if the second, I mean, he made it through the first layer. Now it's the second layer of the song counterpick.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, big percent. 20% off that flame breath. Addict has really got to respect that move when he gets up close, but that down tilt, very well spaced, tippered. And this stock has been all Stealth Pilot. 90% off of just clean neutral interactions. 120%. I mean, this neutral game is so clean. He's found his composure in the second song counterpick. But Addict back in and getting it some percent in, but oh. Sinking right out from that flame breath, and now Stealth Pilot at disadvantage. Still holding on to his jump, but trying to be able to recover against this bear, and it's Bowser. Addict after that first stock, and it was looking all Stealth Pilot until he went off stage. And already traded back. So far, both players playing just solid. Addict having such a crazy advantage state, but Stealth Pilot managed to get so much percentage in these neutral interactions. Also, can I talk about how much of a fucking bop this song is? This is such a bop. Stealth Pilot, you're giving me inspiration. But, I mean, so many times in this set as well, looking for inspiration himself, Stealth Pilot going for these smash attacks to try to read spot dodges, but, I mean, Addict managed to get a huge advantage state off of just that that one whiffed smash attack. And going for a forward air off stage, ends up not finding any purchase. And 150% on Stealth Pilot. Catching with the chair off the bacon, breakfast, and done. But once again, traded cleanly. Stealth Pilot will not get out of this bracket. At least, he won't get out without leaving you in two pieces. Oh, the neutral B Flame Breath could have been massive to try to get big percent on this new stock, but still Bowser still gets percent really fast if he can get in. Oh, and the reverse bacon is not where you want to be with Addict. Going very deep on that dare. Now we're getting to the point where Bowser can just kill off of aerials. Yep, especially right now. With this addition of Rage, and just a falling nair into a back air could just be it. Oh, and going for the max read on that up smash. Maybe trying to use a little bit of the armor to contest the Game & Watch. Oh, hits the first tech, misses the second, and Addict is going to take it. Addict playing some really solid advantage state against Bowser to be able to take that. And so he's going to be moving on to Grands in winner's side. Meanwhile, we've got our losers bracket as we're waiting on Sori and Cranky to play. And I, for one, am tired.
I don't blame you.
I've been talking for like 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe 3 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. Yeah. But still, a really great bracket to be able to watch. Honestly, Addict just being able to develop so much across these weekly events. I mean, finishing second so many times it feels like, but aside from the first one where he managed to win. But now, yeah, I mean, he's got a shot at being able to take this Freezie Fridays bracket with Stealth Pilot at the event. I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a great matchup for Bowser, but, you know, still a really big win. And we're going to get our boy. We're going to get our boy back on. Sori, and this is our loser semifinals. Out for the Zelda. They have played in this bracket before, where Cranky did manage to take it 2-0. But now, we're at even Stevens, beginning of a new game. But Cranky off to a little bit of a lead here. 22%, slowly building. But Meta Knight, I mean, if Zelda wants to be able to contest him up close, she's really got to have some setup. Meta Knight's got some pretty quick aerials, so not really going to be able to do much into that. But Cranky maybe trying to go for like a late punish on the 2-frame, but managing just to put himself back on stage and trying to read the roll in with the F smash. Drag down, dare into the reverse down smash for more percent, and it's a 100% lead here for Cranky just to start this off. And even, I mean, DIing the correct way against that down throw and already taking the first stock with the Dimensional Cape. It's a move that Cranky has been loving to use as a stock ender in this tournament, this Dimensional Cape. Zelda opted for the Zelda-vator for the punish. Won't kill, but God, I suppose I find it very strange that Zelda is not going for many up airs. I feel like it would be able to kill pretty fast. That can be auto-canceled. But even as I say that, going for an up air, and the Zelda-vator does kill this time. So 2 stocks apiece. Minor advantage for Cranky. And it feels like Cranky's just trying to smother him. Staying on top of him first with the jab, then the fair, and then the Dimensional Cape. But now, Sori being really willing to contest Cranky up close. I mean, really big to add a percent on, especially. But, that sweet spot fair, rough. Sori going for another setup, but Cranky just ending up jumping off and taking that Phantom. So, Sori taking the lead now. And Cranky trying to smother him there, mixing up with the Nair and the neutral B, but not managing to find anything. And now facing a pretty significant deficit on his last stock in this first game. Big neutral B, though. Trying to catch the 2-frame again with that neutral B. I mean, so far, I mean, Cranky's uses of specials for aggressive options have been so good. But occasionally, he can just end up using it to be a little bit over-aggressive. And all right, 20%. Let's see how much he can get off this combo. Going for a ladder! Oh, but he's dead off that. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Trying to go for it all. I mean, I think side B actually might have done it there. I think side B might have actually killed there, though, weirdly enough. Yeah, so a lot of people were labbing these Meta Knight combos when the game came out where you would end it with side B off the side, and you're able to recover because when you get, like, the ending animation for the side B, it pushes you so far back on, like, the bounce back that you would actually be able to recover from there. So, really, but hard to say. Cranky knows the character better than I do. Maybe he was just trying to go for something even spicier. But either way, we're into the second game, and if you're Cranky, I mean, you're probably feeling kind of weird. After your winner set where it was a 2-0 over Sori, now starting off at a deficit in this set, opting for the wake-up neutral B. But now, I mean, taking a lot of percent being up close. Cranky's got to make sure he's pressing his buttons very fast. And now, see, the issue with playing against a zoning character on FD is if you're a character that will need platforms to be able to pressure better against certain zoners, I mean, it just makes it even harder to play the game. And when it's Zelda, it's really hard to do anything against her on just flat ground. And first stock over to Sori. But let's see how Cranky can bring this back together. Unfortunately, just not able to find these 2-frames anymore. Cranky struggling with these neutral Bs in this set so far. Going for an up throw, trying to hit him with a neutral B off the side, but for a side B, trying to wiggle his way in to advance. And I mean, Cranky's doing definitely a lot of work to try to seal this first stock. But I mean, the shuttle loop out of shield, not going to do it. Rolling into the Phantom. I mean, Cranky just not really able to find any place in against Sori in this game, unfortunately. I mean, it really feels like PS2 might have been a little bit of a better pick, but now, I mean, this game has been going extremely slowly, and Cranky is, well, was just crawling his way back in, but now full stock lead. Yeah. Commentary's curse is a brutal one. Oh, this could be a big conversion, though. Trying to go for the Nair there instead. I wonder if he could even go for the neutral B off the side there instead of the up B. Oh, not DIing the correct way against the kick. Taking a sweet spot lightning kick. Just the slow walk to put some pressure on, and then 120% on Sori for this stock. And oh, that's another 20% for Cranky's last stock of this game. And avoiding the Zelda Vader and managing to punish it with the Dimensional Cape. It's the last stock in this game for both players, but now, I mean, Cranky's got to find his way back from a disadvantage. Not able to land with anything, finding purchase, but we're going to get more. Oh, barely missing the punish on the recovery there, and Cranky is at a substantial percentage disadvantage, but it still feels like he's willing to play this puzzle, trying to figure things out. Oh, putting herself on ledge is very dangerous. Oh. Unfortunately, just barely getting clipped there off the dash attack. And Sori managing to take the second game. This is a very unlike their winner set, where Cranky manages to take it 2-0. But, oh, he's thinking of the stage. He's thinking of what piece in his personal power-up pocket he can pull out. And wow, opting for Petal Blooms and Moonlight on green greens. Already starting off here with some percent. Cranky not willing to go out of this game, going for a long ladder as well. Oh, looking for something kind of spicy there, but the forward B actually pushing him far away enough that he couldn't really get punished there. Oh, going for the... Man, a very interesting move there. And I mean, that read was just telegraphed kind of a mile away, but Cranky managing to finish out that first stock very cleanly. Now to 67% on his first stock. I believe Mennonite makes it back from those. Now getting this extra credit, 25% on Sword for the stock, 50% off that F smash, and this is another punish that could come out. Oh, neutral B again. And barely runs into that F smash, but Cranky still off to a pretty substantial lead. If he can manage to get out of disadvantage here, he can probably keep it. Oh, very close. Drop in shield right at the F smash, but still 70% for Cranky, but Sori in a really good spot in this portion of the bracket still. Oh, that spot dodge kind of getting red. Cranky. Oh. That was a very nice combo. Could have been even a higher percent if you managed to get a read. Oh. And Cranky just willing to go so deep into the air against, I mean, knowing the limits of his character, knowing where he can go. Oh, a side B again. I mean, Cranky, it's practically his MO to play these special moves so aggressively, but he's playing them so well. The dimensional cape there to counter the Phantom. Oh, catching it with the shuttle loop. He didn't need to do it, but he did it anyway. Cranky's in this set. Now we're going to game 4. Will be Sori's music pick now, and personally I'm very excited. Last surprise from Persona. Pretty good. Not my personal pick, but definitely not a poor pick. Looking to finish this one against Cranky on the small battlefield. We're off to the races. Cranky's starting out with a quick 24 off of a down throw conversion, to making that a quick 50%. Oh. So Cranky off to a pretty solid lead so far, but oh, if you're Cranky, you really do not want to be feeling that. Avoiding the punish to just die. Big dimensional cape, lots of percent. Oh, and falling out of a move, but minor punish, 40% is pretty large, but dimensional cape again managing to take that. Oh, canceling the jab, and Cranky contests it. Dropping the dash attack conversion. But catching the dash back and getting another. Oh. That could have been very, very close, but managed to punish ledge again. And it's almost back to even despite Cranky SDing. Wow. I mean, this fallback forward B is just so massive at being able to pressure because, I mean, Sori not seeing it coming just kind of gets put in disadvantage. And oh, huge from Cranky. Taking the advantage after SDing in this game, I mean. We're down to even Stevens. This is Cranky's tournament life to last surprise from Persona. The punch from the Phantom, 40% with that dash attack. Cranky managed to build a lot of space. The dimensional cape there. Oh, punishing the air dodge with the side B. Not able to get any more percent off that, but still, 78%. I mean, Cranky found his groove in this last stock. Trying to find his way to land, and he manages to land again. Pushes Sori off stage, forces him to recover. Goes for a ledge trump bear, I think, and just trying to look for punishes, and Sori's got to find some way back into this game. Throws him off stage. Oh, catches him with the dimensional cape again, and that's the Cranky special. Well, probably not the Cranky special, but I mean, Cranky's been using these special moves extremely aggressively and to great purchase. So, Game 5, Cranky Sori. Cranky looking very composed, and we have a character swap from Sori. Very afraid of getting a reverse 3 out here. So switching to the Pythra, or Aegis, on the same stage, same song. Oh. Huge advantage so far for Sori, and oh. Looking fairly even so far, but just as I say that, Cranky pulls off to the lead off an edge guard. I mean, I'm so surprised at this counter pick because it feels like you have to be so good at advantage to be able to make this matchup good for Pythra. You might kill Meta Knight really easily, but your disadvantage is just so rough. And look at, I mean, she might just die off this. Huge for Cranky. Managed to take it off of a Mithra or Pyra up air, and you know, Cranky's at a full stock lead, but Sori is not out of this yet. 30% so far. Just kind of holding each other's the air around each other's shields and trying to get some kind of purchase again, but barely missed positioning the up smash to follow that up. And catching a jump in, and it's down to 1 stock each. After Cranky just popping off so huge, Sori's managed to find his way back in this game. Dimensional Cape gets some quick percent, going for another special, but oh, another Dimensional Cape. 80% and catching the air dodge in, but doesn't manage to kill. Another Dimensional Cape. Oh, so close. 80%, but he almost dies from that. And this is just so down the line. Both players, this is their last stock of the tournament. Oh, trying to take it with a Dimensional Cape. Oh! He's still alive.
He's alive.
Oh, back air. He's looking for the punish. And I'm just worth. Oh, F smash in the wrong direction. Cranky loses. Sori manages to take it with the character swap to Game 5. Well played.
Well played.
What a close match. And now, Sori's going to move on to play against Stealth Pilot. Woo! Clapping in the venue. So close, so close. Just so much pressure on both these players as it comes down to line. Sori managing to take it, though. Managing to clutch out, not getting a reverse 3-0'd. So, kudos. Really nice showing. And next, we're going to be getting our losers finals. Oh.
Mid-round.
Yeah, Kareem, you should have come to this. This has been a hype bracket so far.
3, 2, 1, go!
But now, into our first game of our losers final set. Already 30% off here for Sori. Almost to 50% with that. Up to 70 now. Still holding advantage. I mean, Pyramithra is showing themselves to be a very powerful character. And, oh, going for the shield break on the platform. Big punch, managing to take this advantage back into Bowser's favor. Oh, the down air there, catching right above the get-up attack, so very hard for Bowser to get back on stage, and already 150 to 50, essentially. Oh, landing with the Flame Breath, getting another 20% in, and slow. I mean, Bowser doesn't hate being out of rage. And now, I mean, it's slowly looking more and more even, but a reckless down air punished by a falling up B, and Sori takes the first advantage. And reading 2 spot dodges. Going for a footstool to try to get something spicy, but just ending up getting a lot of free percent off of Pyra stuff. Oh, catching Stealth Pilot running in. That's 3 stocks to 1 now in favor of Sori. And this is definitely very huge to start out for Sori. Catching him from behind and taking him off. First stock taken for Stealth Pilot. You know, a full stock lead for Sori, but let's see what Stealth Pilot can do, or if Sori can manage to close this out. That's so hard to get around as Bowser. Your body is just so big, you're just stuck right there. Oh, big read, huge percent off that smash attack. And Stealth Pilot is not out of this game yet. Just, I mean, 1 conversion could end this stock. And, I mean, 1 stock is pretty close. Trying to catch that 2-frame with the down B. It's such a call-out option, but it's very fast. And if you get hit by it, you kind of just guaranteed die. But catching him with the up tilt there. Now 1 stock apiece, 100% on Stealth Pilot, but still staying in this game. 110 now. No JV, 2.5%. Up to 26 already off of 2 fares. Barely getting pushed away by that F tilt and get an F smash right after, and that'll be the first game to Sori. And so far, I mean, Stealth Pilot struggling in a lot of places where Bowser traditionally struggles. Specifically disadvantage. on these edges of stages, and yeah.
Start battle. Mid-round. Three, two, one, go!
We're off to the second game in this set. Already, I mean, looking relatively even in comparison to last time. Before, it really felt like Sori developed a very clear early advantage by keeping Stealth Pilot off stage, but now the stage is definitely feeling like it can work a little bit more in his favor, and Stealth Pilot taking the first stock, only 30% on him. Oh, foresight there. He's put back at disadvantage, and going for a string off that dare, but wow, okay. Sori's definitely going for a lot of sauce here, and managing to seal out that second stock, or that first stock, so even Stevens with a minor advantage for Stealth Pilot, but even now matched, so it's only 2%, now up to a whole 30%. Okay, going for big damage off stage, but so far things still just looking pretty even, all things considered, and even a reading there with the down smash. Oh, catching him. I wonder if they were trying to catch each other there. That would have been kind of funny. Hit him with a bear, send him straight into the air. Second stock for Stealth Pilot. 125% against Pyra. You kind of die to a lot, it feels like. Mostly F smash, which has been shown kind of a lot. Managed to recover there. Just not able to punish Bowser off stage there. Stealth Pilot still in an advantage, holding the stock at one. Okay, well, maybe I should have said that. But now, I mean, all even Stevens, one stock apiece, 60% on Sori here, though. Continuing to rack up these percents and these quick neutral exchanges, just managed to, I mean, 60 whole percent, 80%, a blink of an eye. And Stealth Pilot just not really able to find any answer here, and that's almost lethal. Wow. Sori taking the second game. So 2-0 for Sori. Your Stealth Pilot, I wonder what you're thinking.
Start battle. Mid-round. Bowser.
I'll let you. Tired and hungry, that's my tag. Here on stream. Looking to see if Sori can finish out this set against Stealth Pilot. Already, this game off to, I mean, a similar start to the last one. Both players trading pretty evenly to start things off. Just Sori managing to take just, I mean, both players actually just managing to go on these really long strings. Yes, it is losers. This is not the end of this tournament. Addict is still waiting in grand finals. Potentially for the Pithra of Sori or Stealth Pilot's Bowser, who he already defeated in winners. So I, for one, am very excited to see who manages to take this. But so far, I mean, Stealth Pilot taking the first big advantage by taking that stock. Both players playing with fire. Massive F smash there, but not managing to steal any stock just for additional percent. That almost killed. Wow. An F tilt off the side there. Do a lot, but punishing the get up F smash, and Stealth Pilot off to a pretty substantial lead in this game 3. Going for a boost F tilt from Stealth Pilot there, trying to finish this game off, but so far both players just trying to test each other out. Sori trying to test to see what he can still do in this game, and Stealth Pilot seeing if he can sit on Sori, I guess. That's a game to Stealth Pilot. Mithra, Bowser. We're getting into game 4 here. Stealth Pilot winning that last game. It's a good start for his reverse 3-0 as any. Winning a game, that is. And now on PS2, let's see what Sori's able to do on his counter pick. While, Stealth Pilot off to a big run to start this game off. 60% off that string. Even more off the command grab, 22 additional percent, and I mean, killing off that with a read. Oh, and going for the maximum. Oh, the maximum dash. And already so much percentage here. Wow. Going for the run back F smash. This game is looking all Stealth Pilot currently. And that'll do it. Another stock for Stealth Pilot. Doing the funny Bowser dash dance. It is making me smile right now, and I'm exhausted and hungry back here. So I am just having a time. Fair. Oh, trying to go for the jab reset there. Looking to get looking to get another big conversion like he did on that first stock. Wow, tough guy armoring through that, or I wonder if that was the up smash's armor actually, but either way, really bad position here for Sori, all things considered, but managing to take that stock there, pretty huge. If he's going to be making a comeback in this game, it'd start here. But 120% sent off the side. Stealth Pilot catching that get up, and we're up to game 5. Now, Stealth Pilot winning this tournament would be the nail in my coffin. As I would be forced to likely watch 15 games straight. Commentating and watching 15 games straight of Stealth Pilot. That would be hilarious. But I think I would be all for it if it were Stealth Pilot winning this tournament. But first, he's got to get through this game 5 against Sori. And Sori already looking pretty good this set, but Stealth Pilot's kind of had his number for the last 2 games. Oh, this game starting pretty good for Sori, though, on his counter pick. But quickly brought back up to even, and the foresight barely letting Sori slip out of that. Oh, but catching him in a dash and taunting on him. Just a nasty one. Catching a jump in with the F smash and almost killing Bowser from 70%. That is a high damage F smash. Oh my god. But a huge percent on this stock for Sori. 80%, and most of it's from that flame breath. Almost, I mean, 2 more percent and it's a lap for Stealth Pilot. So this is not looking great. And it's gone from bad to worse, and that boost F tilt, trying to go for the taunt there. Oh, and reading it, just taunting over and over with this reverse 3-0 on the horizon. He can feel it. He can taste it. He wants to fight Addict. He wants to get this 2-set run back against the Game & Watch that sent him to losers. But first, he's got to get there. One stock left for Sori here. Not completely out of the woods, all things considered, but he's got to finish 3 Bowser stocks. And this is one of them at 150. So this still is rough. Taunting over and over again. That was very funny. No idea why that happened. Getting grabbed out of the taunt. Go Potera. And that'll do it. Stealth Pilot secures the reverse 3-0. And we've only got 1 set left this tournament. It could go for 2 sets, or it could go for 1. But we're going to know pretty fast. Is Addict going to take this tournament? Is Stealth Pilot going to crawl back from his lost Addict in the winner's bracket and take this tournament? Only one way to find out. And they're about to find it out for us. I am just happy I've been able to watch. Give Stealth Pilot the L. Yeah, but everybody's got to take some L's. We're into another exciting set of Smash Ultimate. I am tired and hungry.
Hi, tired and hungry.
Thank you. I am also probably going to walk away for a second.
I'm gonna be ready. No, wait a minute. No, not ready. I wish it weren't. Sorry, I wish it weren't.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Starting with a 0 to death, and I wasn't even here for it. Already second stock here, and I mean, Stealth Pilot all warmed up. But Addict is not out of this game. He remembers his winner's set against Stealth Pilot, taking him off stage with these bears, contesting him out these platforms, but this is looking all Stealth Pilot currently. I'm sorry if I sound so dead. I'm very tired. My mouth hurts a little bit. But I have a big, muscly face, so you should be good. Muscly face. Ugh. Oh, I'm hungry. Please, God. Wow, I mean, Stealth Pilot is... This game is just a brutalizing Addict. This is just an all Stealth Pilot game so far. Not even able to catch him with the falling bear. I mean, this is looking rough. Oh, could have been the first stock, but oh, there's the first stock for Addict. Proven, you know, not about to get 3-0'd in the stock race, but oh, if he had landed on stage, it would have broken shield. But since he didn't, no shield break. Oh, trying to go for something bigger, but I believe Stealth Pilot may have DI'd up and away to actually stop there from being any follow-up. That could be a thing. Yeah, definitely feels like this would be a difficult matchup if you are trading with Bowser. Because he is a heavy character. Game & Watch is light, but that was game 1. Started with a 0 to death, ran with it. Respect going for the motorcycle rev on KK Rider and then picking a different song. Almost like a remix. Oh, misses a reverse neutral B, and that is the first lost neutral interaction of this game. But now, trading in Bowser's face when you're not throwing out hitbox is not smart. So Addict taking a lot of percent here, 75% here on this first stock. And Stealth Pilot holding the advantage pretty solidly so far, and Addict trying to get a conversion there into the bear. First stock, over to Stealth Pilot. This is on Addict's counter pick as well. This is where he was feeling comfortable earlier when he won against Stealth Pilot in winners, but now singing a very different tune. Stealth Pilot managing to find the best of these neutral interactions, just getting a lot of favorable trades in percent. I mean, technically, when you think about it, any trade against Game & Watch when you're Bowser is a favorable percentage trade, as you are a much heavier character, unless Game & Watch is just stuffing you. Got another example. His boost F-tilts have been so solid this tournament. Just being able to punish people from such great range with the Bowser turnaround animation. But Addict bringing it to even stocks, but still about 90% down. Oh, up to 110%, 130%. Yeah, 130%, and trying to get it with the F-tilt, but now put at disadvantage Stealth Pilots. Trying to find a way to land. Oh. Getting dragged down, not getting the knockaway hitbox, and once again, back to a lopsided neutral. But Addict pretty much back in this game. Only 20% behind now, and now a stock up. So it only took him one game to manage to get warmed up into Stealth Pilot. So let's see if he can run away with this game. That would definitely be pretty huge. I might be able to go home after one set. But maybe not. Stealth Pilot taking another stock. 54% on this last stock, but an Addict at 22, but getting up into that Flame Breath puts him up to 4. Oh my god. Late hit of that F smash makes it 60, and he's behind now. 68% here for Stealth Pilot. Rolling into Flame Breath. That's almost 100% now. That was 40% from Flame Breath. Oh, and I mean, when you're Game & Watch in this kind of situation, you're probably feeling pretty scared because you kind of die to anything. But Addict playing very composed, trying to keep him off this stage, but Stealth Pilot taking game 2 with the F-tilt. Whoa, let's not count Addict out yet. Let's just hope he doesn't get 60'd. How about that? That would be a rough one. But for now, we're going to get into this third game. Opting for their same characters. I don't believe either person will be going for a character swap in this set.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, punch deep. I mean, Stealth Pilot is playing this game so smart. He's staying grounded, he's staying grounded, avoiding landing nair, and using his long, grounded hitboxes to be able to contest Game & Watch, which is so smart at being able to play into him. Wow. Yeah, that spot dodge was one step away from a barrel of a gun. But drops the conversion there on the up airs. Almost losing his life off of that, but Addict still on this first stock, but I mean, these jabs have been so effective for Stealth Pilot. They hold so much space in like ground and neutral, but they're just also able to be high pressure at ledge. Oh, going to try to punish the chef, but getting canned or panned. Remove yourself. I don't know how to get off this. Oh, 59% for Addict on this second stock. Pretty difficult position to be in. Forced to approach into Bowser with your Game & Watch. Not going for the bear there, opted for the down air, trying to go for the spike. But instead it misses it, gives him center. Jumps out of shield to avoid getting shield broken and dying instantly. Instead taking about 25% and dying the next time. So on the verge of a 3-0 here for this first set of grands. Oh, catching that. I mean, Addict's been so willing to try to contest these aerial options from Stealth Pilot because he kind of just has to. Game Watch is a character that really thrives on punishing characters that are either above him or trying to approach him in the air, but Stealth Pilot is doing such a great job at just staying grounded, using these jabs, the F-tilt, and just controlling space right in front of him and just walking forward calmly. So this has been a nice change of pace from like the quick gameplay from Addict that we're seeing now, which is looking to overwhelm Stealth Pilot. Oh, looking for the read in, but instead get an up smashed off the down smash. Oh, that's it, yeah.
Well played.
Addict not wanting to lose this game yet. Taking some disadvantages before, but that'll be it. That'll be it, yeah. Unfortunately, it was the Game & Watch siren in the background, and that'll just be it for Addict in this first set. And now we're on to the grand finals. Well, and oh, that's right. People are calling this true finals. So true.
The truest of true finals.
So true. Making me think of Carman. Going back to Game & Watch. We're in it for another set. Game & Watch Bowser.
3, 2, 1, go!
We are already into it. Addict, starting off strong. I mean, I really feel like platforms are where he wants to find his strength in this set. So opting for a stage like this that has some good platforms to punish Bowser landing on, I think is pretty impactful. But already, Stealth Pilot off to a minor lead. And both players trading aerials pretty favorably. So the first hit, that was up B, and the second hit was also up B. This man is spamming up B out of shield. He knows what his options are. But now, Addict off to a lead. But Addict only managing to take 1% on this stock before Stealth Pilot loses his. Bring this almost to even. Wow, I mean, Stealth Pilot's mechanics are extremely interesting. Just the options that he chooses to go for are very, very intelligent. But for now, we've got Addict in the driver's seat. 100% on this Bowser. But that I mean, certainly do not count him out. Bowser's a character that loves playing with the rage, but Addict being willing to go super low to try to contest this recovery, but Bowser able to kind of mix up his recovery pretty easily if he's recovering horizontally. It's a game of chicken. You're a goddamn hen. Whew. Hooey. Now, Stealth Pilot on his last stock. 85% here on Addict. So pretty much anything could really take this stock from Game & Watch at this point. With some good DI, it might be a little bit questionable, but now most certainly at 116%. This will probably kill. Yep, and he's dead. 3% on Stealth Pilot for this last stock. And if you're Addict, you really want this game. You really want to avoid at least the 60, the dreaded 60. But so far, off to a disadvantage on this last stock. And I mean, it feels like he's trying to go for like these boost tilts. Not just boost F tilt, but boost every tilt. Which I don't know if that's a thing or not, but it is so wild watching him go for these boost tilts. Because he just went for a boost down tilt on Bowser, which is just absurd. Though with Bowser's turnaround, I can imagine that he could do some pretty solid boost tilts. Managed to catch that landing, and Stealth Pilot, he's at 40. That's a big 40 there.
Start the battle. Mr. Game & Watch.
And we're into this second game of our second set of grand finals. I am exhausted, hungry, and Addict is off to a raring start. 33%, 55% already, pretty much just off of Nair and Bowser trying to land. Up to 65, almost 65, 77% now on this Bowser, but the more percent, he's like a dynamo. The more percent he gets, the more rage he'll have, and Game & Watch will die even sooner if he manages to get in. So unless Addict manages to take a stock at high percent, it's looking pretty scary at all times.
I guess what I have to keep playing so this. Oh, but there he goes.
Yeah, he's already gone. Addict with a huge start in this second game. Already taken the first stock against a heavy character like Bowser. Very nice in this second stock. Oh, but he's put into some pretty severe disadvantage. Managed to get back the knockback from the, oh god, the Whirling Fortress not being enough to really deter him, or deter his recovery. And now, I mean, so much percent for Addict. But getting caught landing with a down B, Bowser just goes and sits on him. Stealth Pilot, I mean, he probably wants the 60. But at the same time, he probably just wants to be able to beat Game & Watch. Game & Watch is a pretty annoying character to play against. Kind of just catching him when he's trying to go anywhere here. Oh, damn. He ended up going a little bit high, Addict did, or else I think he would have tried to punish Bowser on ledge. Oh, I love these single jab moves because it does just show how much people are paying attention to how you're playing neutral. I was almost, oh, he SD'd? Really, really big for Stealth Pilot. I mean, is Addict in shambles? I hope not. Oh, going extra low with that down air. And, I mean, huge for Stealth Pilot. So much additional percent for that extra knockback, extra damage, but also extra knockback on yourself. And he's out of there. And taking him out with the chair. But even still, I mean, Stealth Pilot had a pretty huge advantage considering it's Game & Watch. I mean, this is practically an entire stock lead if he gets one smash attack. Give me heart palpitation. Stealth Pilot did win the last game. %80 here, though. Attic not wanting to get 60'd so bad. F smash. Oh, that's it? Wow. Really great catch from Stealth Pilot, taking him up to the top ropes, and he's out of there.
50.
I was going to say, big 50 here for Stealth Pilot. Addict on the edge of his seat with the nerves, the scared. He's scared. Scared.
Start the battle. Mr. Game & Watch, Bowser.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right. Could be the last game of this tournament, but Anik did get his song pick and the stage choice again. This time opting for small battlefield and jogging.
Got everything in his favor.
Well, you'd obviously hope he's got everything in his favor. Oh, but that is a shield break, and he's dead. Things are not in his favor.
I should not have said it.
Commentator's curse, let's go!
So why don't we talk about Stealth Pilot?
I was going to say, Stealth Pilot looking great so far. I mean, the fact he got a shield break to start this off in the same setup that he's been doing a few times this bracket, trying to bait his opponents for going for these platforms, or shields on platforms, and then just hit him with the rise and down B, just shamacking him. But now, I mean, Addict is quite a mountain to climb. 68% on the second stock with Stealth Pilot at 100%, and approaching Bowser is never really where you want to be, especially as a character like Game & Watch who really just wants to, let your opponent do aerials into you, force them to land on your shield. But now, I mean, God, Stealth Pilot looking so clean in this game. The knockback getting canceled. Wow. I can't tell if that was a tech or... Oh, but managing to get the stock from them, that's huge for Addict, keeping his tournament life alive.
Oh, come on.
Wow, jab. Was the mixer on there? Did it break? There's a thing that fell over. It's okay, though. We're still alive. But now, Addict onto his last stock, and he gets spiked. That was the end of the tournament.
That's it?
That was the end of the tournament. Addict got 60'd. Stealth Pilot completes the 6-0 and takes the tournament. Stealth Pilot proving once again he is the gym leader. He is the final boss of this event. So kudos to Stealth Pilot. Great showing. Great showing from Addict. It was a rough grand finals, but you had a really great run this tournament. And that's going to do it for us here. I am Bon Drude. Don't check me out. Don't look for me in real life. Thank you very much for tuning in, and yeah,